Hi, my name is Alyssa Deal, and here's my SWIC ID, and I will be doing my informative speech on the dangers of American football. If you're like me, my family is glued to the television every Sunday during winter for football. We live for football, so much so that my husband and I both wanted to look at encouraging our son to play football, which sparked me to do some research on possible injuries that could occur. What I found astonished me as a spectator and worried me as a mother. The number of cases proven to mild traumatic brain injury to this day is still a major concern that we all need to be aware of. I want to educate you on the definition of these injuries, the number of proven cases, and the proposed changes to the current protocols as it relates to American football. Concussions are extremely dangerous and can affect many people. A concussion is a mild traumatic brain injury, also known as a TBI. It can occur after an impact to your head or after a whiplash type injury that causes your head or brain to shake quickly back and forth. A concussion results in an altered mental state that may include becoming unconscious. CTE is a degenerative disease of the brain and is associated with repeated head traumas like concussions. CNN reports on August 15, 2019, that research has been going on since 2008 that 96% of ex-NFL players have brain disease, and reports show an increasing number of retired NFL players who have suffered concussions have developed memory and cognitive issues such as dementia, Alzheimer's, depression, and CTE. First, let's go into what TBI is and the effects of a TBI. A TBI can cause a range of function changes. Repeated mild TBIs occurring over an extended period of time can result in cumulative neurological and cognitive deficits. According to the CDC, those who survive a TBI can face effects that may last a few days or the rest of their lives. Effects of TBI can include impairment-related thinking or memory, movement, sensation like vision or hearing, or emotional functioning like personality changes and depression. These are issues that not only affect individuals, but it can also have lasting effects on families and communities. Now let's explore this study of donated brains and examples of players who suffered from CTE. CNN reports on July 26, 2017, that CTE was found in 99% of donated studied brains from deceased NFL players. Reports say it can only be formally diagnosed in an autopsy, and in most cases, not all though, have seen in either veterans or people who play contact sports, particularly American football. According to the study by the Journal of the American Medical Association on July 25, 2017, out of 202 deceased former football players total, a combination of high school, college, and professional players, CTE was neuropathologically diagnosed in 177 players. The disease was identified in 110 out of 111 NFL players. It was also found in 3 of 14 high school players and 48 of the 53 college players. One well-known example of CTE is former NFL star Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez committed suicide in prison where he was serving time for murder. The autopsy results revealed that he had a severe case of CTE, the worst reported in a 27-year-old man. Hernandez was diagnosed with a stage 3 CTE, which causes memory loss, damaged thinking, as well as changes in behavior and impaired judgment. In December of 2017, the NFL had made many changes to its concussion protocol. An article from the National Center for Health Research says, the NFL has changed the rules in an attempt to better protect the players. These new rules include having an unaffiliated neurotrauma consult for all games, evaluating any player who seems to lack motor stability or balance, and reevaluating any player who had been evaluated for concussion during a game within 24 hours of the initial evaluation. Having the decision made by an expert who is not working for either team is a good way to try to better protect the player's safety. Prior to these changes, if a player left the field with a possible concussion, he had to stay out of the game while he was being evaluated. If he was diagnosed with a concussion, he would continue to bench for the rest of the game or for as long as it took for a doctor to clear him to play. The main message that I want to drive to you today is that football is a dangerous sport. I have shown you that the NFL has taken more precautions to eliminate the number of types of injuries, but they still pose a risk for all who play American football, regardless of their age. Although the NFL has acknowledged that the rules of the game need to change to better protect players, there are still many obstacles for the NFL must hurdle over to better protect all the players from CTE type injuries. In my opinion, as a mother, I can say that they have a long way to go before I will allow my son to ever play this sport.